Those remarks. Joining me now, Sean Spicer, Communications Director of the Republican National Committee. Sean, nice to see you.
Great to see you, Kate.
What do you make of all of this? Donald Trump mentioned it at the very top of his remarks. His campaign manager already touting it on Twitter. It seems like you guys are sort of celebrating today.
Well, I think 10 days out from an election, there's clearly major concerns about what else has been found. As you know, we expressed concern when the initial finding was done that we thought there was more to this at the time. We're disappointed in the ruling. So this definitely gives us hope that the FBI is actually taking the concerns that we and others have had about her use and handling of classified information a lot more serious. Obviously, we don't know to the extent to which this revolves around the original secret server that she had, potentially a new device. There's a lot of rumors going around there. But I think the bigger issue is 10 days from an election, who's going to lead this country. I think that, Casey's reporting is correct. There's a lot of people who are going to want to know what exactly is there more to know. How did she handle classified information? Is there potential breaches? Did she further mishandle it in a way that's inappropriate? If someone's going to be, seeking to be the commander-in-chief, they've got some questions to answer.
There are also people, your fellow Republicans, saying why right now. John Cornyn, Senator, a Republican from Texas, says, why is the FBI doing this just 11 days before this election? Are you concerned that this is going to be tainted in a way because it comes so soon before the election?
Well, I'm not sure how you can. It's the Department of Justice and the FBI run by the Obama administration. So, again, I think you heard our concerns.
Well, though Director Comey was a lifelong Republican.
No. But hold on. What I'm saying, Kate, is you heard our concerns the first time that they went through this investigation, that we didn't feel as though it was thorough enough. We didn't feel as though the Director Comey addressed some of the concerns, and that there were other cases and other circumstances in which we believe that they hadn't given the Department of Justice and a grand jury potentially the opportunity to rule on these things. So to now find out that there's more, at least it gives us hope that they are taking this a little bit more seriously than initially believed.
What do you think needs to happen? How do you see this playing out over the next 11 days?
Well, look, the last time that there was an investigation, Director Comey felt it necessary to come out and fully explain their findings and he had come to those findings, and he made it very clear that this was sort of unique and that that the American people needed to understand sort of the rationale and thinking, which was not normally the case. I think he probably owes it in a similar fashion to start coming out and explaining what else is there, were there additional devices, was there additional classified information, did she not disclose everything as she said she has. There's a lot of questions, and I think that deserve clarity, and I think that we need a further explanation for all the American people who are trying to go to vote. I know that Clinton folks are trying to get as many people to vote early as possible, and this is something that should be answered before they get forced to go out and vote.
Kellyanne Conway, the campaign manager for Donald Trump, tweeted, "A great day in our campaign just got even better." Is there a danger that you overplay this hand? Is there a danger that among Republicans and the Trump campaign you become overconfident?
Well, look, I think we've had a really strong week in which more and more of the polls and, more importantly, the early vote and absentee ballot continue to show momentum for Donald Trump and Mike Pence and not have that same enthusiasm for Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine. What today shows is it reinforces, I think, what's been on the minds of most Americans, which is that Hillary Clinton has one set of rules for her and one for everyone else, and that there's been this special set of circumstances surrounding the Clintons for the last 30 years in terms of how they believe they can operate. So I think there is a little bit of hope out there that maybe we're finally going to expose some of the duplicity and some of the second set of rules that the Clintons have. Again, I think that it's more of the momentum's been with Donald Trump. This continues to reinforce the narrative that's always been with the Clintons and further cast doubt on her ability to lead this country.
Well, as you know, the polling has not been with Donald Trump. And early voting, you mentioned a minute ago, as of today, a little more than 16 million votes have been cast, and about half of those are in battleground states. We broke it down. It's 54% women who voted so far. 80% are 45 years of age or older. More Democrats, as you know, across the country have cast votes so far, just as a point of fact, than Republicans have. So, they would contend that Democrats would contend that they are so far ahead at this point in the early voting that you're really trying to just catch up.
Well, actually, let me insert some facts back in the discussion. Number one, a lot of these polls, whether it's the state-based one or the national polls, do show Donald Trump not only winning, but in a lot of cases trending forward. So that's a fact. The other fact is in every one of these places, whether it's Iowa, Florida, North Carolina, Nevada, Ohio, it's actually Democrats always do well in early vote. They always have. But the facts are that we're doing better than we ever have and that they're not reaching the numbers that they normally have. So you need to put all of that in context. In the case of North Carolina in 2012, Obama won North Carolina by 300,000 on the early vote and lost on Election Day. In the top 4 Obama counties in Ohio, Franklin, Summit, they're all down from where Obama was, and Republicans are up. So, again, it's all got to be in context, and it's actually not true because in Florida we are winning the early vote and the absentee vote. So the reality is that Democrats are not where they need to be.
I didn't say you were not winning anywhere. I was saying nationally speaking, Sean, just to be clear, nationally speaking.
Yeah, well, guess what? This is a state-by-state race, Kate. I mean, you have to win 270 electoral votes in the states.
All right, we can quibble over the fact that in more states than not, more Democrats are coming out.
I'm not going to quibble over it. This is how our democratic process works.
Right.
You can ask President Gore how it works.
Sean Spicer with the Republican National Committee. Appreciate your time, as always.